Good morning, or wherever. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Flight Past. My name is Simon. Just going to check that the audio is good. Let me just the usual starting to stream shenanigans. Welcome anyway to Flight Past. My name is Simon, and I hope you're doing good. It's lovely to see the new people who have been joining in and saying hello. A little bit early today. I thought I'd get a start. If you're new to the channel, what I'm going to do is I'll do a quick little short intro for the YouTube short people, and then we'll just get on with the stream from there. I'm just coming around here to Quatre Bras. Okay, so we'll start here then. Hello, YouTube short people. This is Flight Past. My name is Simon, and we are flying over the battlefield of Quatre Bras. If you are interested in flying and history, in this video, in the link which you see here, we're going to be following Wellington's retreat from this battlefield below us back to the north in this direction here on the 17th of June as he retreats back to the field of Waterloo. So if you like that sort of stuff, then join me. I stream live on YouTube and Twitch most days, and you can find a playlist in the link below. See you soon. Right, that's that done then. Just going to try and do these little things before we start. I hope everyone's okay. Hope everybody is can hear me okay and the volumes are all right. Cool. Right, so yes, hello, good morning, and hello, Guy back. Let's check you today. You're in a nice blue, nice moustache today. And what are we doing today? Well, we are, if you remember, we finished the last stream yesterday. And we were talking about the Prussian withdrawal from Ligny. And we are today going to look into Wellington's reaction to that withdrawal. Now remember, when we left yesterday, we'd left Thieleman's corps, the 3rd Corps. They had been we worked out had gone to a place. Actually, let me get this map out here, and we can do a recoup. So for all of you people who are new to the channel, I know that lots of you give up within the first minute, but you've probably seen by the way I've started this, that's probably the reason why you do. Hopefully you'll be triggered to come back and carry on a little bit more. And what you can see here is the route that we've taken so far in this journey. And I was uploading some of the videos yesterday, and we're on to around about, I break these things up into chapters, and we're on around about chapter 60 something at the moment. So that's the pace that we go at. And we've gone from Elba down here all the way to Paris, and we've now come up to these numbers here, the 3 and the 4. And the 4 is basically the battlefield of Ligny. And we're just at number 3 here at the moment. And in the last episode, what we did was we left Grouchy. He had tried to find out where the Prussians had retreated after the Battle of Ligny, and he had conflicting reports that there was troops moving to Namur, to the south there, and also to possibly Wavre. And he had made the decision to come up, we believe, to this village here, Sart le Walhain. Is probably this crossroads here, which we found in the last episode. And from that position there, he would then decide which way to go. So he's sending out patrols all the time. So you can see he's all the way over here. The other Prussian units had managed to get to Wavre. So remember that they had found Blucher still alive. He was found in a place called Mellery, which was down here. And Gneisenau had decided to send his some officers up ahead, and he managed to stop the people retreating off the battlefield at around about Louvain. He managed to pick up, I think I didn't mention it, but around about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he manages to locate his ammunition wagons, and so that places him in a position basically to re-equip his army around Wavre. And if you remember, we had just to the this place here, Berge, is where Ziethen's first corps gets to. We get Perch One's corps moves up to the north here of Wavre, and we then have Thielmann's corps will pass through as well into the north of Wavre, and Boulou's corps, which will get to Dion Le Mans. So at the end of the day and into the early morning of the 17th and 18th, Gneisenau is in a position where he now needs to just find out what it is that Wellington is going to do. So we are flying over the south of Belgium. Just see if I can get there. We're just going to turn around here, I think. We've got live weather on and it's all looking very pretty. And I'm a little bit worried because I think the flight simulator had an update. Overnight, so we'll see how it acts. So we left Wellington at the battlefield of Quatre Bras. So remember, he essentially managed to win the Battle of Reinforcements. Some people believe more by luck than judgment. But he does win that Battle of Reinforcements and denies Ney's part of the French army the crossroads at Quatre Bras. Just to get it all orientated, so where we are just here is where the Prussian army fell back from. They streamed up this valley here heading behind us towards Wharf, and Wellington is over this area here on the battlefield of Quatre Bras. Now we know the Prussians tried to send a messenger, a dispatch rider, on the evening of the 16th, and Harding was the liaison officer on the Prussian staff, Wellington's liaison officer, and he was trying to get messages to Wellington. But we know this area here, where we see Mar Bay, in fact we'll fly over here, but this area around Mar Bay gets overrun with the French, and the messenger that is sent doesn't arrive. Now that means that Wellington on the evening of the 16th at Quatre Bras isn't completely aware of what has happened over here. The messages that he has been getting have been hinting that the Prussians would hold out, and so he has no reason then to withdraw. By the way, there's a guy up here called Gremlin. We are on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. If you want to join me, you can join me. I'm in the I'm on European West server. If you jump into that, and you can find Charleroi and head north, you'll see a Huey helicopter flying around. But this place here is Mar Bay, and this is where the French managed to cut off the communications between the Anglo-Dutch army under Wellington and the Prussians. What I thought I'd do today is do a little bit slightly different. I was going to read a few of the reports out that the British officers and senior staff wrote about this part of the campaign, so we can get a feeling for what they were feeling. So it might be disjointed, but it will help to essentially get a feel for the confusion that occurred on that day. So let's start off then. The morning of the 17th of June. We're coming up here now on Quatre Bras, and where my white dot is, you'll see the beginning of the battlefield. This is the eastern side here. This is Pyramont, the village of Pyramont. We got the Matern Pond, Jeramco farmhouse, the Bossu Woods up here, and this ridge here, which was basically essentially a sort of like a mini Waterloo with a reverse slope, and this is where Wellington's positions are, and along this road, the Namur Road here, and it stretches off into the distance there. This is where a lot of Wellington's troops were coming to concentrate, coming down this Nivelles Road here, and the road heading up on the right here is going to head up towards Genappe and eventually to the ridge at Mont St Jean. So I'm going to start off with a quote from Major General Sir Colin Hackett. He's the 5th commander of the 5th Infantry Brigade, and he was talking. He talks about a guy called Sir Edward Barnes, Major General Sir Edward Barnes, and he says in his a letter written in 1835, so we're talking 20 years after the event, he says, "In the course of the night, Sir Edward Barnes joined me and told me what had happened to the Prussian army, and it is Grace directed I should retire before daybreak, and taking care that the enemy did not observe our motions. Of course, everything to effect this was accordingly communicated along the advance, and we retired, leaving fires, etc., as if we were in position, without being pursued by the French, and joined the brigade on the march to the point I was directed on in good order. So that letter, okay, it's 20 years after the event, but it's suggesting that they left fires, and that's the key detail we have to remember here. Setting fires, remember this is summertime. I mean, we're North Europe, it's getting light quite early, but leaving fires, okay, maybe it wasn't just about the light, it was also about the smoke. And it also suggests that they maybe, the British are cooking up breakfast or something like that. But they light fires so that the French believes there's more troops here than before. And that letter also suggests that Wellington was already aware that there was a situation where he'd have to pull back. So that's one of the first clues that we get. And there's another letter here. This one is from Lieutenant John Pratt. He's from the 30th Regiment, and he wrote this again in 1835. And it says, at this time, he says it's 9 a.m. The 3rd was, I believe, the only division of infantry on the ground, the remainder of the army having made a retrograde movement during the night or early in the morning of the 17th, and between 11 and 12 a.m. received orders to withdraw, having as much address as possible not to attract the notice of the enemy, past the Hussar Brigade, which was formed half a league in the rear, and joined the division en route. So here he's suggesting that there was already an awareness that they needed to retire, though his orders didn't come until probably, what did he say? He said probably around about 11, wasn't it? Or he said early in the morning. 11 and 12. So it sounds like the troops have been withdrawn slowly, piecemeal, bringing them back, but it had begun already right by about 9 o'clock in the morning. Now we know Wellington spent the night, by the way, in Genappe, and they had seen a number of Prussian troops coming past them during the morning. So I think Wellington had already sort of begun to believe that he had to withdraw anyway. He left the battlefield here at 10 o'clock in the evening, and to eat and sleep. And he does return here in the morning at around 4:30 a.m. This Namur road here, this section which we can see just here, and there was sporadic fighting in the evening of the 16th, musketry fire, mainly small arms sort of stuff. And Wellington did send Colonel Sir Alexander Gordon with a squadron of the 10th Hussars to reconnoitre towards the last known Prussian position, which would have been over here at Bry. And they must have got quite a long way across here, because they managed to get to Thielmann, and Thielmann was in charge of the 3rd Corps, who were over at Sombref. the back of Sombref in this, where this white dot is here. Thielmann, remember, is kind of in charge of the sort of rear guard of the Prussian army, and he's actually luring them in the wrong direction, up towards Gembloux. And he returns back, so he comes back in then towards Wellington, and it's believed that Wellington then receives this report probably around about 7 o'clock in the morning, and this is confirmed by Muffling, the Prussian liaison officer. And this is the message. He says, at 9 o'clock an officer arrived from Wavre with verbal messages for me. Just as I was sitting with the Duke on the ground, I knew that this officer spoke French and English, and therefore indicated to him by a motion of the hand that he might say to the Duke what he had to report to me. He declared to me, this is Wellington, I would accept a battle in the position of Mont St Jean if the Field Marshal were inclined to come to his assistance, even with 1 corps only. So this is early in the morning of the 17th, and basically Wellington is already thinking, okay, he's getting reports of the Prussian retreat, and he's now going to go back to Mont St Jean. So Mont St Jean is definitely a pre-prepared position that Wellington is aware of and believes is a good place to put up a stand, and he's asking for 1 corps only. The news that he's getting, though, from the Prussians is not really encouraging. Their losses are reported to be exceeding 20,000 men with artillery, and he also hears of Blucher's injury. Because Thielmann's corps is in the region of the battlefield still, it gives him hope that the French are not in much better position at this time. It's also suggested, by the way, that this the map that the Prussians were using at the time, when we mentioned that they had met at Mellery in the night and were looking at a map and pointed towards the town of Wavre, this was a map that was is suggested was written by or drawn up by a British lieutenant called Basil Jackson of the Royal Staff Corps, and so this suggests that this whole area had been mapped, and all the sort of suitable positions detailed on it, presumably then giving copies to each army, and so that they were singing off the same hymn sheet. Right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to be streaming probably for about 2 hours. Every 20 minutes or so I'll take a break, and that gives me the opportunity to chop up these videos for the YouTube lot on there. So I'll be back in a few minutes. If you're watching live, it'll only be a couple of minutes, and I'll continue the story of Wellington's retreat to Brussels. If you've liked this, do all the things that help a small channel grow, such as like, subscribe, hug, love, all that sort of stuff, and I will see you in a moment.